get kicked in the fucking face.
In the next bubble screen over here, let's throw curls.
What are the whys, right? What are the whys?
Bears Hour Live.
The Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies.
Tape never lies.
Starts now. The Tape Never Lies Network. Starts now.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears Hour Live.
Give me some fucking
Bears
names.
Hour Live. We go online right after Bears
Get to the
games
upright.
with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive. Bears Hour Live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears Hour Live. We go online right after Bears games with your boys draft talking the smartest man alive. Ran up with the true analysis you expect. Raw passion for the show. Bears fans get nothing less. Locked in with real emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range in with facts my show. Post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but a bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey, yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. Guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Millhouse counting bucks while the mayor big fights. Our life keeps growing, Shane's all knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time, or just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Senso. Fiery discussion on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame, so expect the fucking flame. Not for the average fan, a loss they can survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Hour Live.
Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour Live. We go
Let him sit his ass there again.
I don't think we're that much worse.
The myth, the Red Legend, Dr. Phil Ototion.
This is football, baby. Culture is the problem. Little thing. Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour
Son of a bitch, you better
Bears
block.
Hour Live.
That's what happens. That's when you have a real good
Right
team.
after Bears
And let's
games
get it
with
on.
your boys draft talk and the smartest.
Give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
This is BHL, and in the least surprising news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, your Chicago Bears give up 17 points in the final, 2.5 minutes of the game, or whatever it was. Typical Chicago, typical Matt Eberflus, typical Luke Getsy. See a brick wall. We're going to try to run through it no matter what. Same old, same old. And let's just say this. If there's people in the chat room trying to put this on the quarterback, you don't know football. Let's just admit that. Don't watch this show. If you're blaming Justin Fields, you're a fucking fool. It's that simple. None of this was on Justin Fields today. None of it. Be a smarter fan. Get over that part of it today. This isn't a Justin Fields problem. This is a head coaching problem, first and foremost. Let's be better fans. Let's give it up for our guy, DDP here. It's going to get ready for this rant. Phil, you're not me. You're him. Now you're you. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. This is expected, Phil, but come on, man. You can't blow that. Can't blow it. It is what it is.
Coaching is an art form, and when you have momentum and turnovers in the game, you have to understand, and I agree 100% with Shane. Anybody blaming Justin Fields for this loss is lost. They're a lost cause. Justin Fields puts a dime ball out there. I don't know what Tyler Scott was doing. It's like he's falling to cradle the football when you're concerned. I thought that ball was a dime ball again on third down. But you shouldn't even be in those situations, but the Bears were. The play calling after they go down the field to get within 6 became a showcase of conservativeness. Number 1 is the guy now. So you needed to threaten the edges. They stacked inside the box, 8, 9 men in the box. And this coaching staff has the audacity to not only run the football there with Khalil Herbert, but also to do it out of shotgun with no honest threat of anything other than a dive. I said to Claudio and my son when I'm watching, they can't be this dumb. Right now, after they scored, they have to get Justin Fields to threaten that edge and open, either run it or pass and pull those linemen with them. They did none of that. They just handed it off into a brick wall and said, we're going to be conservative here, and then we're going to let our defense win it. And unfortunately, there's so many moments in a game of football that define the game. I always say, as we said at the halftime show with the patrons, the difference between winning and losing is catching and dropping the football. It'll always be that way. And Jalen Johnson really did a 14-point turnaround in him dropping an easy pick 6. He's going 97 yards to the house. And that changes the tides of a game. How many times have you seen a team turn the ball over 3 times and still win the game? This is a coaching problem. And again, I felt like Shane is stealing my thunder because my whole thing was Justin Fields came out there and showed who he is today. Was he perfect? No. Is any quarterback going to be perfect? No. On the road, loud stadium, Super Bowl contenders, the Lions have turned around their culture under their head coach with a ton of talent, and you're up on them, and you became the conservative clown show that you are. You showed your true colors. You have to be better than that. Getsy had been calling a good game. He really had. Claudio turned to me. What do you think? This is a good called game. It sucked that Foreman went out, and there's some personnel stuff we can get into. But in this rant, it became apparent that when the critical moments happen in the game, you have to have an understanding of who's rising to the occasion. And clearly, it was number 1, Justin Fields. And as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator, you have to devise a game plan in that moment to tamp out the lion fire that you let ignite itself again by putting it in his hand and attacking the edge and double and triple teaming it. And I am going to be truthful with you. I am going to be so truthful with you. I turned to Claudio after the kick and whatever happened with Rashawn Johnson. I know Coach Campbell was complaining too. I don't know if that was a fair catch either. But the very next play, I go, he is going to get sacked here. This is the stupidity of this staff. They don't understand when to be aggressive and when not. And on that last play, you do not leave the rookie alone. In that moment, they put Cole Kmet and Rashawn Johnson to one side, the left side. You put Cole Kmet over there and you put Rashawn Johnson on the other end, and you allow Justin Fields to cook. You gave him no shot. None. And that's why something needs to change here in Chicago, and it starts with the head coach himself, Shane. And that's my rant today. It's just pathetic on so many levels. It really is. It's unfortunate. I've had a tough day myself in regards to this, but the pathetic play call, the conservativeness, and how about there's like 3-4 plays in that last drive that Sweat isn't even on the fucking field. It's
Right.
Rasheem Green, and I'm like, what are we doing?
And Phil, the one point, the one that I'm going to go back to, and that third down play, if you watch, Tyler Scott throttled down tracking the ball. That play was there to be made.
That's what I
throttled
said.
down.
It was it was a great throw.
And honestly, I get
like
it, and I get
down.
the excitement over Tyler Scott and all of that. But come on, man, your two opportunities today in the game, you fumbled the football, and you throttled down in the biggest moment of the game on third down.
Who the fuck is blaming Justin Fields? Call him out, because it ain't Shane and me.
It ain't. Listen,
he's
Joseph,
talking about
I'm not sure
chat.
if you caught the beginning of the show. It ain't. Hopefully you're talking about people in the chat, but it ain't us.
Giving up 17 points, as Dwayne Miller's saying it, in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
in
you blew a
crunch time.
You blew a 12-point lead with what? 2.5 minutes left.
2.5 minutes to go in the game, Dwayne.
And you knew.
2.5.
Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. When you see the box stacked plus, and it's handoff up the gut. You neutered your quarterback there for no reason at all, because you're a conservative, scared coach that's in over your head. Listen, when it's go time, you revert to what you're comfortable with, and that means your defensive philosophy, which is bend, don't break. I'm not going to rely on the offense to make a play. I'm going to let them batter their head into a brick wall, and I'm going to rely on my defense. You got what you deserve, Flus. You got what you deserve.
You're not going to win with that, Mr. Poles. I'm sorry. You got the wrong guy. You're trying. The quarterback is not the problem. We've been on this. He's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5th problem on this team is the quarterback. So Matt Hepler, appreciate your support. 1999. Justin isn't the answer. Super Bowl QB needs to put these teams away. 30 seconds, 2 timeouts at 40 yards. He can't block that right that edge. He's looking to the left. Whatever play call designed was the problem. I'm not putting that on Justin. Should he feel it? We can argue.
Because he's open. That's why. You want him to throw to the open guy. If you're saying, listen, we're going to DJ Moore here no matter what, that's not NFL football. See the open guy, throw to the open guy. He was open. He throttled down. For what
he started
reason?
To conveniently
he tracked the ball and stopped. He didn't stop, but he slowed up. That was the difference.
You
when
sometimes, Shane,
your fingertips.
You see wide receivers that aren't polished. When they get to the point where the apex of the ball is coming in a critical situation, they start to lose their balance to try to cradle. And that's what happened. He starts throttling to cradle instead of running through, making the play like you saw DJ Moore do. Right. Now, early in the game, you want to be critical. There was one NFL throw he had to make to DJ Moore, as you said in the halftime show. That's NFL open, and he threw the ball. He got no air under it. He threw it like a line drive, and it was overthrown like 2-3 yards. That should have been a touchdown. Other than that, Justin Fields, to me, I thought he made great decisions. I thought he was quick. I thought he used his feet, was a weapon out there, and I really think the story of the game is the head coach getting conservative in the biggest of moments. You have to put the ball in Justin's hand and get him on the edge and move the chains. You move the chains there, game is over. Game is over. But you didn't. You're running Khalil fucking Herbert. God's sake. Disappointment. Chris R, $4.99. A losing culture, playing not to lose, loses. Totally agree. Who'd have thought? Eber lose. Exactly, Chris R. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I will say, watching this coaching staff get their defense and play in a way they were playing aggressive, they had momentum, they had the boxer in the corner of the ring, and they had the knockout, and they couldn't do it. And I think that's the part of all of us that recognize this is the NFL. This isn't college, high school. This is the NFL. You have the best of the best.
You're not good enough to win against a very good Detroit Lions team playing conservative football. That's not who you are. Like you said, again, it's if you have your foot on somebody's neck and you hear the bone crack, there's other bones down there to break. Keep your foot down. They neutered the quarterback in a critical situation. Oh, we're just going to run against a stacked box plus. You're not that team. You're not.
It's unfortunate. Guys, you can't.
Another 3rd and 7 call, Phil, earlier where they ran the football.
They ran the football, settled for a field goal.
Yeah.
This is the stuff. It's 3rd and 7 before that. That's right. And they settle for the field goal when they should have been throwing the football with Justin Fields, because either way, you're in field goal range already. So before they kick the last field goal, that critical, was it 3rd and 7 that you're talking about? I am telling you, it has to be a pass. And they run the football, get 3 yards with Rashawn Johnson, and they kick a field goal. Cairo Santos questions, please put them with the Justin Fields, because he's your kicker, man. I mean, the guy, what does he got to do?
Over 90% in his Bears career. I believe it's over 91% in his Bears career. And you're going to complain about Cairo Santos? Stop.
Come on. He had an amazing game, clutch game. The coaches, you could be critical of. It's a clown show, as Eric Ball is saying. I totally agree. Ryan Poles has to see the difference between this game is a coach that believes and one that is scared. That's what it is. It's what it is. Jalen Johnson wants all this motherfucking money, drops 2 picks. Yeah. 2.
Can't do it. And I mean, the one, listen, the second one, you can make a case that it would have been a hell of a play. The first one, not only did you drop the pick, you took points off the board. To your point, it was a 14-point swing. That's what it would have been. What, 95 yards that he returns that? It's just typical Chicago Bears. It's who they are, and they got lucky today. If you look at the Giants, just beat the Commanders, which is massive for the Bears draft wise, and owning the Carolina Panthers pick. Who would have ever thought that the Giants with Tommy DeVito are going to beat the Commanders? But I mean, come on, man. This is a game that you should have won. Your head coach took it away from you. Took it away.
I agree with you. I mean, it sucks. And then you have the David Montgomery closeout like we predicted there.
Oh, I told Riley. I said, he's like, who's going to score? And I'm like, this is going to be a Demo walk-off.
This coach 100%. Gets it. This coach he understood the moment. There's no way I'm putting anybody else but Demo in there to fucking close it out, because it meant something. When it means something, it happens. This is a pathetic coaching staff. And it's just unfortunate for all of us, fans.
Our guy here, Jim Larison, I don't think it's out of question, Phil. Honestly,
that they're tanking.
I mean, can there be validity to that? Yes. You even said that he was calling a good game. He kind of surprised you, Getsy. And then you get into the heat of the moment, and you're just like, fuck this.
All he had to do, Shane, on second down, fake toss, boo, with the kick down,
right,
and allow Justin to get on the corner and drag the other tight end across and give him some outlet. Either you're running or you're going to throw there. but you're going to get them to think you're running. I mean, anything with Justin with the ball in his hand at that moment would have been the go-to. The shotgun fucking dives. Shotgun dive right, shotgun dive left. It's just atrocious, man. It's just atrocious when you think about it. I just don't know how you lose that game. I can't think tank job. I just can't. Those guys
I know, but it's
bust their ass to play. I mean, people are getting hurt out there. What the fuck happened with the left tackle on that play?
I don't know.
Get thrown out? What?
He was coming off the field and he turned around and he said, "I can't fucking see." The microphone picked that up.
That's what I thought he said.
I don't know, but they were trying. I mean, Tevin Jenkins was trying to get him under control and get him to calm down. Guys on the sideline were. So it's going to be interesting to see, what comes out there.
It's just sad. Listen, I saw a franchise quarterback out there in Justin Fields. I saw a guy making plays for his football team despite the coaching situation, and I would have loved to have seen Justin with the ball one last time. It's a shame in the NFL, when your job is the game, that you're not having a chip on both sides for him in that critical situation, knowing that's the strength of their team. 3 turnovers, 10 points, 2 missed picks by 33, and 15 points in a blink of an eye. Justin Field played well, but he has yet to drive for a game-winning score. Well, Tyler Scott cost an opportunity because Justin, I believe, put a dime out there. And like Shane said, I think I saw Mike V and a few others of you, Tyler Scott just starts throttling and losing his balance to try to cradle. You get that over the throw. He's just got to run through it and pull it in. He starts going to the ground. Welcome to your weekly Bears therapy. Thank you. BHL Priest. Mohamed El and Dorsey's available. Yeah, not yet, bro. They got to make a move at head coach. Gary Purifori, $10. The players played their asses off. The coaches lost this game, plain and simple. That's how I see it.
I do too.
I don't know if I see a tank job here. I just think it's incompetence.
I don't know.
Think about this as a boxer. You
just
settle
get to the point where you get to the point where they're super ultra aggressive on third down to Tyler Scott, and then at the end of the game, I mean, it's ultra conservative. Like you said, it just, I don't think it's out of the realm. I honestly don't. As bad as that sounds.
Then this GM and the fucking whole culture has to go, because this is unacceptable. Any team that accepts losing is a lost cause loser to begin with.
Well, that's the
there's
Chicago.
Just zero.
That's
zero.
The Chicago Bears are.
You don't fucking rebuild from that. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let anybody fool you. You don't win from that. You already got an ace card in the hole with the Carolina Panthers pick. If you're out there fucking trying to lose to your rivals, then you have the wrong fucking people running the organization again. That's the fucking problem. Justin Fields played hard, coaching blew the game.
Yeah.
All of us are seeing this the same. Watch Eberflus coming out smiling and listing his positives, right? Glad this ass. Oh my God. It's tough. We nearly had 10 plus delay of games. I don't know. They were having a problem getting plays in. I agree with you. It was very close. A few times you saw Justin go after. I don't know how a penalty wasn't called on the Lucas Patrick hit. When he gets hit after the whistle from the blind side, He ended up going out. Then, of course, the big loss in this game is the eraser clause, and Deonta Foreman struggling with that ankle injury. Justin Herbert isn't the guy to be hitting it up in the tackles anyway.
Khalil Herbert.
Oh, excuse me. Khalil. I said Justin. Oh, my God. It's one of those days, man. Justin Fields played great, says Jacob Schroba. Not his fault. This is on the coaching staff. Eberflus is a wussy. I believe he's saying, Shane. Rhymes with wussy. Sad.
Hey, man.
Sad. I couldn't see this thing coming. Couldn't see it coming. You just look at this football team and you looked competent. You finally look like the energy, the effort was what you expected coming into this season. I don't know. Jim's Occam razor leads him to that. I say the opposite. This staff is incapable of wrapping your head around the game in its simplest solutions. That's where I am, too, with Joseph. As much as I love my boy Jim, brother Jim, I'm there. I just think they just can't understand situational football. It's tough. It's tough to watch. I can't just stop in the fucking shotgun. Imagine if they were under center and they just booted Justin the hell out of there off of run. Dude walks for a fucking first down. We're sitting in shotgun. You've limited the angles of which you're going to attack. It's this, read, and give. Or what? Pull and run. Like, you've limited yourself. Get under center in that situation. Even if it's a simple.
Yeah. Gun Geek, post your question in the chat, and I'll make sure we get to it. We appreciate your super chat. Kerry Franklin, damn, no matter how much I try to defend them, they play, and there is no defense of the staff. I talked to Alex H. on text today, and by Wednesday, I'll be defending them again. Something is wrong with me. Well, it's...
At least you admit it.
Yeah. That's the first step, is admitting the problem, right? That's what they say, Kerry. Do you think they tanked on purpose? I don't think it's out of the question. I know Phil doesn't agree. I know our guy Jim Larison thinks so. I don't know how you come out of having a solid approach where we're actually praising you and your play calls, and then you revert to where you've been in crunch time and neuter one of the most explosive players on the field. Make it make sense. It doesn't to me.
It's hard
Thanks,
to make
Ben.
sense. It's hard to make sense, man.
Why? I think you mean slants instead of slats on the last drive. What? We've been screaming for more slants for years. It's a way to get your quarterback some easy completions. It's, get your guys going towards where they're supposed to be going. Phil, when was the last time the Bears consistently ran some slants? I mean, you can watch Green Bay over the years against the cover 2 defense, and it was just slant. Bears rarely do it.
At this point, even with the Tyler Scott throw and what you were saying to Sean, Claudio and I were there, and I'm like, all right, in this moment, it's got to go to DJ Moore or Darnell Mooney, even Cole Kmet through the seam and get it. He throws to Tyler Scott falling down, slowing up, just not. I mean, that was a dime. I'll go to my grave knowing that you have to run through that. You'll see his body language starts to settle to cradle. What that is a formulation of being scared to make the play. You try to cradle to make sure you're going to catch it. So it's tough. It's tough to watch the conservativeness that set you up in that. Because if you're going to run, the power quarterback runs would have been the way. That's the way. Oh, this one's gone. This guy's next. Force 3 turnovers, still lose. Unbelievable, says Stead 232, $1.99. I'm with you, man. Tough. You're up 12 points with how many minutes to go? 2.5 minutes to go in the game. And somehow you find a way to lose. I don't think Ryan Poles can try to keep chopping away at every which way but lose. Wasn't there an Every Which Way But Loose movie back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Loose's movie is Every Which Way to Lose, because that's what happened there. Whether it was Tank Job, Occam's Razor, or Luke Getsy's play calls down the stretch, the Chicago Bears should be ashamed of themselves today and how they performed and how they treated their quarterback there at the end. You could say whatever it is you want. I've been very critical of Justin Fields. I thought he played a tremendous football game today. Truly went out there with class, competitiveness, and a chip on his shoulder.
And Phil, you know how it is as a player, especially when you're a young player in that position. I'm not saying that he needs a spark, but sometimes taking a step back, he had that 4 games where he sat back. And let's be honest, there had to be a little bit of doubt that crept in, like this, not his career over, but this may be over for me in Chicago. That can creep in. That can flip a switch. And I know that people are saying, like I said, guys, where is it here? Oh, there it is right there. I'm just busy banning assholes in the chat. My bad. But now what Justin has to do, okay, this game is over. We're going to overanalyze we're going to dissect every little piece. Now Justin has to go do this against Minnesota, a team that's going to be coming after him early and often up in Minnesota on Monday Night Football. That's the next step. You can't go up there and lay down. You can't go up there and finish the game, 13 of 34 with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles and 1 touchdown pass. You got to stack another good game.
Exactly.
Go ahead and do it. That's what's next. But this coaching staff, man, no,
they're not it.
It ain't it.
Ethan Coutts, $5. I just feel like we won't get a really good pictures at Fields at the end of the season. Just isn't right for him. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I can't predict the future. I thought I got a good feel of him today, and I was very happy with the competitive juices, the confidence, the decision making. Yeah, there was a couple throws, but seriously, there's no way you could put this on Justin Fields. You just can't. It really lies square on the coach and his coaching staff, especially his offensive coordinator down the stretch there. Been around a lot of winning football my entire life, writes Jeremy Anastasi, $9.99, and I have never seen a successful head coach refuse to take accountability. How has he not lost the locker room? Eber fraud is inept. Listen, I hear no doubt about it in my mind. Today, the elephant in the room, I had a tough loss in the Super Bowl. I got beat by a better team. They played better. They blocked better. They tackled better. And that's how this game of football is. You're not always going to be the best. You could line up 20 times and 25, 20 or 19 out of the 20 times you win. Sometimes you can't. Those are good. But if you don't accept accountability, you don't own the things that you are coaching or decisions that you're making, that's a problem. In this case, you're in the NFL. You're up 12 with 2.5 to go. There is zero chance I'm losing that football game because I'm sticking it to them with my biggest weapon that killed them all day, and that's number 1 and getting him on the corner. It's unfortunate that we have a conservative. Let's give shotgun dives. I'm like, I can't even believe it. Gary Purify, again, $10. I don't want to hear George McCaskey say that he's just a fan and not football evaluator. that's true, then he doesn't deserve to be running the team, period. Well, we've talked about this ad nauseum, Shane and I. It starts with the seed, and the seed is his grandfather. How you're not ready and prepared to know the game of football, and your grandfather's the matriarch of the NFL. It's a problem there. Let's see what the head.
All right, so just got out of the locker room with the players. Obviously very disappointed in the loss. And really disappointed because of the way.
That's as high as I can get the volume. It's not on my end.
Guys did a really nice job of coming out. Offense scores a touchdown on the first possession, which was our plan. Defense does a really good job.
Their plan was to score. Man,
Thanks,
coach.
Did a really nice job of that. The one thing that we could have done better in the first half was capitalizing on those takeaways, and then getting points, which we did in the second. We got an interception, fumble, and we capitalized on points. We got 10 points off of turnovers in the second half. But the main thing is that
can you show some fucking emotion that you fucking care? All you do as a politician explaining away the goddamn
in those situations to get us that victory. And, again, I accentuated the positives with those guys because there was a lot of good football. Justin Fields came back, from injury.
Accentuated the positives every fucking week in a loss, bro. That's all you do.
He avoided sacks.
Jesus Christ.
Most of the time, and I know we had 2. And he did a really good job of looking downfield, hitting some side pockets, hitting some things down the field, and I think that's growth there with him. But again, we decided to in the second half.
Jose, we don't control that. We have it maxed out on our end. That's a ChicagoBears.com issue.
A little over 4 minutes to go, and then we just needed to execute better from that point. With that, open to questions. Yep.
Definitely can't hear the questions.
Definitely can't.
Yeah, really the philosophy is you're playing your 2-minute defense, which is your mix and your coverages, which we did. We're throwing in pressures there as well. The big thing that you got to do in that moment is tackle them when you get them in bounds. So you're forcing them to use their timeouts, and you're doing a good job with that. And then they have less timeouts, less time as they go. And again, they just went down the field too fast. I mean, it was like 6 plays a minute. 16 or something.
75 yards, bro.
Just too fast. So we just got to do a better job. Yeah, the touchdown pass. They ran a high angle 7, got behind one of the DBs there.
One of them. Both of them. The safety's got to get over the top. The corner had to wait in coverage. It's fucking cover 2 breaker that they ran against you. Eddie Jackson picking his ass.
Play was a handoff to go inside. Right, because we've been really running that play.
He's cooked.
Oh yeah,
Eddie's cooked. That's over.
Really well on that one.
That foot injury zapped him of any athleticism and any speed that he had left is gone.
Then the third play was a crosser over to DJ. It was a crossing route, and if the free safety comes down, which he did, to take away the crosser, then we're going to throw it over the top. And I thought he had a nice read there, and I thought he just missed it by a step. And thought it was a good ball. I just got to run into the catch.
Oh. Was there a sense of criticism for the receiver?
Well, if the other team doesn't score fast, we feel real confident about what we can do. That's what your coach just said.
What are we doing here with this guy?
Part of it. And again, like I said, the first
Captain Obvious as a head coach.
They end up closing down. We're going to
they scored too fast.
Pass play at the end was a good call. So it's just got to execute.
He has no emotion. It's just an answer to the politics.
Of course, you can always guess the second part of it. Obviously we've been doing a really good job. I think he had over 100 and some yards, right? Justin did. Not all of them all in scrambles, and a lot of them on, 104 yards. He did a good job running that play, prior to that, and he did a good job there. He read it correctly. So that's where it is. Yep. Sure. Yep. You're always giving thought there, but going up by 12 at 4 minutes to go was our thought process there, and we like that.
Yeah, it was a shitty call on third down, running the goddamn ball. You decided you're lying. to kick the field goal. That's what you. That's why you ran that.
Right there, that last play.
So he's
you're
lying
gonna hang
there.
on
Look
to try to make a play.
Oh, we're gonna go for it. This guy, man.
Well, I'm
frustrating.
very interested to hear what Justin has to say because Justin doesn't. He does speak honest when he gets up there,
especially now. In regards to this coaching staff, I think he'll be even more.
Was the 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes to go, right? No, it was 3rd and inches, right? We went for 3rd and inches, right? Didn't get it, then we kicked it. Okay.
That went up 9. You should have went for it there.
We're good on that. Go up 9. That's a full 2 scores. And then to go up 12. That's
no, it's not. If you do the math, your play before you've decided you're settling for the field goal with that run.
Right.
That's why you don't understand the game. You score a touchdown there, you win the game.
That's his comfort zone, Phil, is to put 3 on the board and settle on the defense. Right.
9 and 12 are the same.
It's both. It's still 2 scores.
Exactly. That's what I'm sitting there. Understand what are you doing on that fucking 3rd down play? You're trying to just kick a field goal. It should have been a pass. You're still in field goal range anyway. And then to come back when they score and they're down 6 now because of your dumb decision. You have to put it in Justin's hands as a runner.
Yeah.
It's a strong unit, and they played good enough to win today. And
Mickey's got the
really didn't see any
comment of the day: 6 points off 4 turnovers.
Tell him, Mickey. This guy's a clown, Mickey.
In there for him, that's when we had our opportunities to take off and run. I thought he did a nice job of that. But overall, I thought Justin.
Glad you play you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's who he is.
Yeah, there was a couple instances there, that those are huge plays, because it forces timeouts and it also forces,
like to lose like that, Ryan Poles.
Big plays.
And your coach is like going through almost like he's
Phil, this would have been his first win in the NFL against the winning team.
Really good defense.
This would have been his
also been his first win against the division opponent.
In the division, right?
He hasn't won a game against the division. And we're talking with insiders about him coming back. Fucking kidding me?
It's not just them. So
this guy's
we got to look at it.
Worse than Matt Nagy.
He's chipping away, Phil, every day. Chipping away at what?
Yeah, same thing.
Chipping away,
setting NFL records for losses.
A couple opportunities to get some picks, so we got to make sure we catch those. That's a big thing, and we were working on that. So really trying to take the drill, from the game. What was the situation? Like last week with Sanborn, he dropped back, in that last part of it, or maybe Tyreek, in that slant.
3 quarters of football followed by a complete mental collapse by the coaching staff. Only team that could do this every week. Exactly, Gary. Ryan Cox. This is a great one.
Yeah.
$4.99. If Kevin Warren isn't in the Lincoln Navigator on his way to Ann Arbor right now, he's not doing his fucking job. And that is a mic drop. This clown is a freaking JV coach in high school running the Chicago Bears.
He's had a couple games.
Great.
And again,
cover 2. Let's stay in zone. Let's lose.
And we were controlling the
Let's
game.
die by 1,000 paper cuts.
And we just got to continue to do that. But we'll look at the tape and see where he needs to improve and see where everybody needs to improve.
Keep looking at that tape, coach. Fucking terrible.
I got a little bit better audio in the back.
Tough. They're in that room for a reason, because they got grit. They're tough. They're tough guys, right? So
got
tough
grit.
physically and tough mentally, and
they
got
have that
grit. Mindset. And they've had a lot of adversity. We've had a lot of adversity as the Chicago Bears, and it's only going to make us tougher. And to me, there's a lot of things.
Tell him, D. Brown. 70 points in 3.5 minutes. 2 runs up the middle on a line stacked. How do these folks blame the QB? What more do you want the guy to do? They can't blame the QB, bro. Not on this network. You blame that guy. And I'm not talking about the guy from the Bears media department I'm talking about the head coach. It's terrible. There's no way to defend what it is that did today on the grandest of stages against an opponent. He has not won a division game yet. Yet he's won the heart of his GM, who said, we're going to take over the North and never give it back. Last time I checked, you can't do that if you don't win your division.
Don't win your division. Yeah, you ain't winning anything in your division.
In your division. Master King Ed. Don't see your comment. Put it back up.
Yeah, I don't think Eddie's looking like a rookie. I think Eddie's looking like a cooked vet that isn't going to recover from the foot injury. I mean, Eddie's game was always built on athleticism and explosive, quick twitch, and it's gone. That foot injury.
He's not a physical tackler. He's very thin.
But you could see it, Phil, on the touchdown that Detroit had. I mean, he went from being a mid 4.4 guy on that play. He looked like a 4.86 guy.
Yeah, you got. You're paying him big money, so you put those guys out there. That's a loser.
He's gone. Cody Whitehair's gone. I mean, if you had any question about Cody Whitehair's future in Chicago, you saw it today
with Feeney. Yeah, or him being out. Was he not dressed?
No, he was dressed.
Oh, okay. Eber lose, but Sean Hall. Here we go. Hopefully we can get some good audio on the kid here. I know Larry Mayer might right there. Larry, lunch. What's for lunch, Larry?
Yeah, I think, overall, I think we did a good job playing complementary football. I think the defense did a good job in the first half with the takeaways. And I think the offense did a good job of, pushing the ball downfield, controlling the ball long, like 14 play drives, long play drives. So I think, overall we did good. I think where we got to get better at is just the situation.
That's a sweet hoodie, I'm not going to lie.
Of course, the 2 minutes before the half, that was big. And of course, the 2 minute at the end of the game. And then, when, offense, so we need a big play, we got to, hunker down and make those big plays. So, yeah, I think it's just, it really just comes down to, those 2 drives and a few other plays mixed into there. So. I mean, yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But
worst audio in the NFL.
Plus, it's a dumb question. Does it hurt to go out of here with a loss like that?
Yeah. Well, it's like Larry Mayer the other day. Justin, are you excited to be back? That was his question.
It's like asking a kid at Disney, "Hey, you excited to be here?"
Robert coverage. It was just one-on-one. He had him beat, and I think he just misjudged the ball. He was running straight, and then I think he tried to run a little bit like that and got off balance.
He tried to create
exactly. Well, he just said that he looked up, got off balance. Exactly what you said, Phil.
Right future in this league, and he'll be good and bounce back from that.
If that thing connects, now you guys either score.
If that thing connects, yeah, I think
game's over, Pat.
Ball game.
Yep. Sorry, Pat. That thing connects. That's why I was like, yo, you can't put this on Fields. That has to connect. Kid fucked up. Good for Justin for protecting him somewhat.
It was a read option, and I just handed it off. So the end was wide, yeah.
So you think coming into that possession, I imagine, just based on the way you ran that throughout the game?
I mean, yeah, just the front. They have different fronts out of different personnel. So I think they were in base on that one. And, when they're base, they have 5 down linemen, which automatically makes the D end wider. But, yeah, I think he got disrupted. But, yeah, that was a for sure good read because if I'm getting any option 50-50 pull it, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, that was a good read for sure.
Your 18 runs today, 9 runs. Did you kind of have a feeling that was going to be the way to really react to the defense?
If it was, then I that was just in the plans, to be honest with you. But I mean, yeah, the DN takes the running back, then I'm out on the edge, and if he plays me, then I'm taking him away from the runner, and hopefully another defender. So yeah,
well, that's just this is what you do as a coach. You take any read or any of that shit out of it, and you run power with the QB.
the offense down
because
stretch,
he's the hot hand.
pushed you guys from field goals into touchdowns in some of those cases, or maybe a longer
Well, it's
drive?
4th and inches. Go for the fucking first down there.
Yeah, the last
Instead of
three
going
downs,
up 9, you're driving down to
the-
score.
The 3 play, the one that we were just talking about with the deep shot with Tyler, yeah, and then before that,
I mean, like I said, it's
field
just,
goals the first.
like I said before, it's just like situational. The one that got up through the Khalil, man coverage. They played the play pretty well. Didn't have anywhere else to go, so kind of threw it out of bounds, threw it away. And then the last one, like I said, if we connect on that deep shot, I mean that's most likely game over. So
You lose.
Being able to lock in on those plays where we need to, make those big plays happen. And I think that's the next step for us. And,
Imagine if they got all in the box, Chris Brown, and that last drive, and you just run a slant to DJ Moore.
I was about to get to my check down. I was about to boom go check it down, and right when I
That's
did,
where you do it.
got smacked out of my hand. So
Richard, we can't see what you said.
my thumb felt good. It held up pretty good. So yeah, didn't really affect me in any way today. So it felt good.
Before the 2-minute warning, it looked like Andre was doing something with your hand.
Yeah, so my middle finger.
Screenshot that one.
Started bleeding pretty crazy out there. So.
Oh my God. Alex Brown said when the Lions made Justin throw, he couldn't. All he wanted to do was run, and Wanstead agreed. I don't agree with either one of them. But yeah, it's been a long
Alex
time.
is trying to sit on his narrative that he's been preaching since
I don't know.
Bajent came in.
I have no idea. I can't tell you. So yeah, just first thing that popped in my mind. So yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. Just in your position right now, where your team's 3-8, you had to carry a lot of the load offensively, 104 on the ground, 169 in the air. How do you keep your team and their morale to not dip so low, especially being the leader of this team?
I mean, we just played a heck of a team. Number 1 in our division. Like I said, probably top 3, top 5 in the league right now. So, and if I'm keeping it real with y'all, we should have won that game. It just comes down to finishing and executing at the end of the game. So, that's how you do it. Jared Goff, he does a great job not turning the ball over, and the way our defense was able to create takeaways was big for us. And as an offense, we got to, of course, turn those into touchdowns rather than field goals or no points at all. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of how you keep the morale up. We know who we are. We know what kind of team we are, and we just got to be better. We just got to finish. And like I said, when those big moments happen, when we need those big plays, we got to execute.
Coming off a win last week where they throw the fucking slant
It's not hard. I mean,
to finish
happen and you move on.
the game, remember?
Positives, learn from, what we need to learn from and keep going. Like, we're not going to suck over a L. Like, it is what it is. Keep pushing. We got a game next week. So, just got to keep going. And, yeah, just
Justin Fields comes in. They stack the box, daring you to throw, and we run. Just throw the ball, slant, get the first down, close this game out. You're up 6.
Game of the season out there, so my body felt good. I was just trying to practice, just to keep my conditioning up, running wise and stuff like that. So, my body felt good, 100% going into the game. So, yeah.
Successful against the Lions throughout the entire game, like the last couple of minutes. What did you see change from them schematically?
Like which part?
Just like they have to get pressure.
You talking about the last play?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think to help Darnell out, Hayden.
Shy North side, $5. Jalen Johnson is a good physical corner who has hands of stone, which makes him good but not elite. Like the pay he wants, and it's the truth. There's nothing wrong with being a good cornerback. People get very, very upset if you say that. He is not an elite top flight corner. I don't care what PFF says. If you want to get paid, you need to take the ball away on a consistent basis, like the other corners do. End of story.
And defense,
Without a doubt.
TJ after the game, and he said it to me like the matter of the fact is.
Oh, froze up.
And let up 12 points in the last however so minutes there were in the game. So, just finishing, and when it comes down to it, just making plays. So,
Los the legend.
Go out there and do
Is that our guy Los? $5. The Lion defense are scared what Justin could do, and the coaching still plays scared.
Yeah, the
Organizational needs to be made. Please stop watching and do. I agree.
Detroit coaches said that.
Admitted it.
Crosses, slow crosses, and he sometimes
So Shill 838 499. I said the same thing.
DJ ran a great route.
Yeah, Ryan Cox sent me he's like, what are we doing?
Go up and fucking get
you're up 2 scores and you kick the field goal to go up 2 scores.
2 scores. You did nothing but delay the inevitable because you lost anyway. It's a fireable offense.
Told him again that, or told him that I told him.
I turned to Claudio and I was like, no, he's like, you still, I go, it doesn't even matter. Even my son Tate at 9 was like, why are you kicking the field goal? Go for the tush push.
Of course I did. Of course I did. You know, David's my brother, no matter, you know, where we are, you know, in life, in our football careers, and you know, as much as it sucks, you know, seeing him win, I'm you know, happy for him. And yeah, I mean, he's a great person, and you know, of course, a great player. So it was great seeing him.
London the Pup, $10. Chicago should stick with Fields, but if we clean house on coaching staff again, it'll be his 3rd coaching staff. Bears have painted themselves into a weird corner. Listen, I can give a fuck about how many coaches he has. When your coach is neglectful, are you looking for foster parents for a child that's neglectful? We can't be worrying about the coach. Keep them here so they can continue to suck. If Justin Fields plays the way he did today, I am signed up for him. It's for real.
Yeah.
This is the guy I want to see.
Yeah,
confident, swagger, make the throws, improve.
Now you got to do it against Minnesota in Minnesota. Exactly. That's going to be blitzing you all day long, early and
all day long. If he goes out there,
and he's got the ability to do so, Phil. We've maintained that the entire time. Yes, we've talked about Caleb Williams on this network a lot with the situation, but it is what it is. That what is the absolute best is if Justin figures it out and you can move and navigate the draft to get valuable assets that are going to help your team moving forward when you have the quarterback in place. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now you have 6 games left. Justin's got to go to Minnesota. Justin has to play well. And it's not just him. The offensive line has to stay intact. And it's going to be, you know, Lucas Patrick, I don't expect him to be back if this back issue is a problem. So now you're going to Dan Feeney. And now my move is Doug Kramer is elevated. Doug Kramer is going to be the next guy in line for me. You've made your bed with Cody Whitehair. He has no future here. So that should be set in stone. He's going to be a guy that's going to play in case of an emergency. Other than that, it's over. It's over.
Exactly. You got to move on from some of these guys. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. Kevin Winston, we can't see your comment.
I think it was about Notre Dame not being in the title game. I'm sure that was from Kevin. But
Quinn R 499. It would be fitting if Fields come out and says, I'm giving these coaches and team 6 games to prove to me that they have my best interest in mind. I don't think he could come out and say that.
Kramer is not gone. He's back on the Bears practice squad as of 3 days ago.
Steve Gekas, 499. Fields played well. Losses on the coaches, but him dancing like a fairy when the game is still in the balance just shows how clueless he really. I honestly think he was caught up in the motion of the moment and just getting into his place. Some guys are a little odd. I'm okay with that. And I don't think he's just doing a first down dance on a big run. I'm okay. I understand what you're saying. I think it becomes more magnified after a loss, but in the moment he was getting fired up, feeling the rhythm of the game and knowing that situation.
Real quick, guys, Doug Kramer got signed by the Arizona Cardinals for 1 game. They released him. The Bears signed him back to the practice squad. Okay. He's a Chicago Bear.
Thank you. If they're tanking, that means the deal is already done to bring Flus and Getsy back. I'm effing done with this if it's true. That's what I'm saying. There's no way.
But Phil, that's in our minds. This organization,
if they bring this, say they bring this guy back, even our guy, Otis Nichols, can't be on board with that. There's just nothing there to show you that there's an understanding of how to win in the division, how to win a close game, how to win a comeback game, how to win a game when you're up 28-0. You have so many signs that this guy, this staff, his culture is completely and utterly lost. There's a handbook, Football for Dummies. It needs to be put in the Bears coaching staff's coach's office, because situationally, they have shown you they can do a lesson. There might be a Lifetime Movie Channel network show about a prince and a coach, or a princess and a coach, and how they fuck up Christmas. But the coach still stays on the field with the job because he's got to fuck out of here with this. This is ridiculous. This is the NFL. And if you're intent on keeping this culture continuing, where you had a defensive coordinator fired under weird X-File circumstances, you got another a running back coach fired by HR. Yeah, this culture, sign me up for it. This culture of losing. It's not like these things are happening and they're fucking blowing everybody out and you can kind of look past it. This shit is awful. How to Lose a Game 67 Ways by Coach Matt Eberflus. Chapter 1, up by 28. Get conservative. Run the cover 2 continually. HL Priest, $10. So Phil and Shane, let's say Justin plays this way the rest of the season. Are you okay with him going into the next season and building even more through the draft and off season?
If he plays like this, I have zero.
I don't have any problem. If this is the guy that I'm seeing, I'm with you. I'm on board with that. I will totally stop everybody in their tracks saying, well, it's going to be their third offense. Fuck, grow up. It's not hard. This is football. We're going to run another offense. Good. Because this one's fucking
to
pathetic.
That point, and this is when I brought up what Ian Rappaport was saying, if the Bears are totally blown away, that's what it would take by a rookie quarterback. We don't know how they feel about Caleb Williams. We don't know how they feel about Drake May. And as much as you guys don't want to admit it, financials are going to come into play 100% in all of this. It all depends on what they have, what their thought process is around these top two guys. Carolina's pick is looking like it's going to be the golden ticket, where you are going to control this draft once again. Yes, we have a long way to go. Bryce Young threw another pick 6 today. We'll see where this goes. All of it's going to be considered. And I know people are saying that, we got to stop riding this wave of emotion. CJ Stroud is going to be the next. CJ Stroud, yes, they won. CJ Stroud also threw 3 interceptions today. Nobody's talking about that because it doesn't fit the narrative that they want to put out there. There's going to be ebbs and flows with rookie quarterbacks. There's going to be ebbs and flows with most quarterbacks. That it is what it is. And I'll defend Tyson Bagent here. There's people out here saying that Tyson Bagent sucks. He shouldn't be in the. I've seen that from people.
That's
the Division II kid. Guess what? He's going nowhere. JT O'Sullivan himself, the quarterback guru, said if he doesn't play better, the Bears are going to be looking for a backup quarterback. Guess what? You're fucking wrong. He's going to be here. He's a controllable asset making no money that's got upside. That's how the NFL works, guys. Come on. Stop riding this wave of you're either a superstar Hall of Famer or you're a piece of shit that doesn't belong in the league. It's not the way that it works. Just like everybody says, the truth lies someplace in the middle. And if you can figure that out, that's probably going to be your answer moving forward.
Patrick McShay, thank you. $50. Well, $49.99. Truly the worst fan base that doesn't know football. To blame Justin Fields on this loss is comical. If your takeaway is not to call for Everlu's job, that you don't know the game, shaking my damn head. I completely agree with Patrick McShay there. Jim Larison, also $49.99. Driver and I went to the Milwaukee Bucks versus Dallas Mavs game last night. Mark Cuban sat with the players, calling out the refs and involved in supporting the team. That's an owner that understands the game and is passionate about winning and losing.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
If I was the owner of the Chicago Bears and I was fucking furious at the head coach, guess what? Somebody's going to fucking know it. That day, that night, that plane ride home. I'm not saying that you need to storm the field and start throwing shit around. But this is the Bears. This is what they do. They are fine with mediocre at best. We don't want to ruffle feathers. We're going to sit back, cash in, and move forward. Maybe we'll catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe. We'll see. And like I said, if we get to the point where Kevin Warren, who has the juice in this organization, and Albert Breer has doubled down on that, saying that he expects Kevin Warren to reshape this organization in how he seems fit. If that includes Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus moving forward, then Kevin Warren's not the guy either. And we'll talk about that here.
Absolutely.
That's just a fact.
Listen, you can't keep – there's this complete difference. Like I said, you're learning Every Which Way to Lose by Matt Eberflus. This is a problem. You can't be the GM coming out here defending the fact that there's a lot of nice guys. There's a lot of guys that are chopping away at trying to turn shit around. The reality is it's just not showing up at all. And when your track record is what it is, that you've lost all these different ways, you've yet to win in your division. Drop the mic there. That's it. You can't win. You're not taking over any north. You're going south. You're going south every time for the winter.
Yeah, Lucas, what do we see in Harbaugh? A 41-14 record in the NFL with consistency, week in and week out, making quarterbacks better, making a consistent game plan, understanding fundamental football. That's what we see in Jim Harbaugh.
I can keep going.
My guess is just that you just don't like Michigan. I don't understand
offensive line play that
we can't bring Jim Harbaugh here because he doesn't get along with everybody. That's exactly what you need here. An asshole that's going to tell people, get the fuck out of my way and let me do this. I'm not a football analyst. I'm just a fan. No shit. Get the fuck out of the way and bring in a guy that knows what he's doing, George. That's how this works.
Yes. Here's the story. Where's Jim? Is Larison still in the chat? I hope he is. And anybody that's a Draft Dr. Phil fan, please turn up your volume here. This is a message to the McCaskies. You don't have to hire Ernie Accorsi. You don't have to hire Bill Polian, all old-ass white dudes that are beyond the game right now. what you have to do is go to Michigan. It's strike when the iron's hot. You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody to help you. Kevin Warren's there. He knows Jim. Jim is crazy good. That's the difference. People get stuck on crazy. How about how his fucking coaches, his teams play for him? Those things, building character, loving the game, teaching the game, situational football. Michigan knows how to block fronts, and they will change their whole entire fucking personnel to do it
on the fly.
On the fly. All right, we got to get out of
Real
this.
quick.
We're gonna bring in this.
I gotta do this one.
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
Historic was the game that we watched today against the
Really?
Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. This is from our guy Ryan Cox sharing this. This is from Doug Coletti. Since 1932, no NFL team with a +3 turnover margin and a 40-minute time of possession has ever lost that game. Until that point, teams were 48-0 until the Chicago Bears lost the game today. It's not an overstatement to call this an historic loss, but we're going to be fools with some of our people in the chat that are blaming this on the quarterback.
He's chopping away.
Going there. Oh, he's doing what he needs to do behind the scenes. He's building brick by brick, right? No. It's an epic failure since 1932.
1932.
48-0.
48-0.
One team has lost. One team. Matt Eberflus and the Chicago Bears. That's it.
There's your mic drop. I thought I had great points. It's unfucking real. You're breaking records on stupidity. Oh my God. I don't even know how to come back from that. You're rewriting the whole course of football. You have to identify that as a complete, utter showcase of coaching malpractice.
Sean, 4 minus 1 is what? Put it in the chat. We'll go from there.
4 minus 1 is 3.
Okay.
Going back to the Tyler, he's just saying what we say. HL Priest. I don't know when he said it. 4:50. What time is it now? So yeah. Scott missed because he pulled up slightly while tracking the ball. If he just keeps running, he catches it. Probably. I don't know if he scores. He definitely catches it. And we're talking about game over. But again, we're breaking records. Are they going to put that on with lunch with Larry? Could someone, all of you, write the same question right now to the Chicago Bears lunch with Larry? Around however you want to focus the articulation of the question around the record-breaking situation that just occurred in coaching for all of us to witness. Blaming Justin Fields is a fraudulent way out of this. It's the easiest cut and dry. It's like giving wins and losses as a showcase of a quarterback. It's a team game. It's a team game. Cyro Morales, $2. They get blown out next Monday. Does Flus get fired? No, he's never going to. He's going to be fucking back here. I am so tired. This team doesn't do what the Raiders.
If they were going to make a move, that's one, because you're heading into your bye week after next week. This is the Bears, guys. This is what they're going to do. And I mean, let's just say they fired Matt Eberflus. This team would bring out Luke Getsy as the interim head coach. That's what they would do. They can't get it. They would finally fire a coach in season to send a message to the fans and to the players that, you know what? This matters to us. We see that there's an obvious issue here. Meet your interim head coach, Luke Getsy. Great job, guys. Great job. Let's go run through a wet paper bag for this guy. That's what's next.
Look with the Vegas Raiders. They obviously hired a leader of men as the head coach, and it has turned around for their performance. Bears audio, just like the team's play, never consistent and usually bad. Fields played well. Yes, he did. Yes, they suck. Gary Purefori, $10. Inexperience can easily become incompetence when you surround yourself with more inexperience. This is why and how Ryan Poles can and will lose his job. This is a great, all caps, but you're fine. And this is the truth. You have to get an experienced head coach. Was another check mark in Harbaugh's box. He's also a former Chicago Bear first-round pick whose dream job is to coach the Bears. He knows all the, as Shane puts it, all the fucking skeletons in Hallis Hall. He knows the personalities of all the McCaskies. He knows those people. He probably hates them all. But he cares about you, the fan. And he cares about winning. And that's, sign me up on that. And he knows, what is it, 49-14? What was his record in the NFL? 49-19? What was it?
Harbaugh, 41-14, I believe.
41-14. Would you sign up for that?
With a Super Bowl appearance that probably was driven the other way with the power outage when they
2-hour delay.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah.
The lights went out in Atlanta.
You should have did that. You should have did that against Berlin today. Fucking power out, coach. Come on.
It was a day game. Cigar connoisseur, $2. Alex Brown is a clown sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
yes, he is.
We get it. I'm not looking for Alex Brown's quarterback. I respect Alex Brown for playing in the NFL. I'm not looking for quarterback analysis from Alex Brown. It's just like Shady McCoy. You think I'm going to listen to Shady McCoy?
Right.
Who doesn't think that Justin Fields even belongs in the NFL at quarterback at any point? It's embarrassing. This is the point. Listen, you can say things and you can have a thought. And if you're wrong on it, you have to be man enough to admit it. This is not the clickbait world that we live in with like Shady. He's just going to keep on doubling down and firing up the fan base like Mike Lombardi. Same type of thing. What do you think Mike Lombardi was doing today when Montez Sweat got a sack? You know, they threw away a second rounder. No, he's 26 years old, asshole. You can build your defense with that guy.
Except if you have a coaching staff in critical downs, leaving him on the bench. And
more than once.
Let's take away some positives, writes Kyle Flynn, $5. The offensive line played their asses off. They did. They had some shuffling going on there. Lucas Patrick out. The Doug Kramer show. I know they traded for Feeney. He's in there. We're going to see where this center position goes. It's like the Chicago
Can't play Kramer. He's in Arizona, right, Phil?
Nope. He's with Chicago. HL Priest is back, in my opinion. Fields grew today as a QB. It wasn't perfect, but he's making an effort to get the ball out sooner. He's trying to spread it around. Listen, last person I'm blaming for this loss is Justin Fields.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Even on the last play, I'm going, he's going to get sacked here. And Claudio's like, you're just being negative. I go, no, I just know this fucking dumbass team. You got to chip. No matter what, you got to plan for the inevitable worst case. You have to throw the ball. What does that say to you? Well, if you're playing Madden, you're just going to keep dropping back 50 yards and throw it. That's what we're dealing with here. He's going to have to stand in the pocket, deliver. So what do? You make sure you chip so we're not getting strip sacked and getting the game over with. Bears coach doesn't know how to win. This is a problem. Absolutely. He's not beaten anybody from the NFC North. He lost 14 games straight. He continues to lose. He won his first home game, and in that game, the backup quarterback who started the whole game didn't throw a Hail Mary, and he also didn't take the knee following the completion of beating a home opponent. This is the coaching staff that you have? Come on.
Yeah, and guys, this is I don't know where it was in the chat, but I'm not going to go back looking at somebody. Justin Fields is not an elite quarterback. He's got elite traits to work with. You can build and win with a guy like that, and don't get offended by me saying that. That's a positive. He's not an elite level quarterback in the NFL right now. That's fine. You can build with Justin Fields. But it's not over just because we think that he played well today, Phil. You know how this goes. You go up to Minnesota and you hold on to the ball too long and you get sacked 7 times and fumble the ball twice and have 2 picks. All of this is going to rear its ugly head again. And all of that is going to matter. So you have to stack good games. He's got elite tools to work with. Unfortunately, he's got a shitty coaching staff that he's dealing with each and every day. He's got a rookie wide receiver that they drafted in the 5th round that's throttling down on a deep ball. You know what I mean? It just things are stacked against him, and Justin still has his warts. Phil, you can't miss that first ball to DJ Moore. Can't, and I understand you're coming back with a thumb injury. This is your first game back. Can't do it. You have to make the play when it's there. I'm not using the thumb as an excuse. Make the play. We know you have the talent to do it. We saw it later in the day.
The other play is when he gets sacked. I don't know if you remember. He hesitates and he just throw the check down to Deonta Foreman, or was it Rashawn, in the flat. They were going all down. It's too long. He can't do it. Instead, he tries to shuffle left. Then he takes a sack. Instead of shuffling left, you stand there and you just deliver to the check down. He was running a short out, released late. It's the running back. I can't remember if it's Foreman or Rashawn Johnson, but you take that. Instead, he took a sack. Those are the things where he can grow and get to an elite level. You're just constantly have the answer for what they're giving you. And the other one was a great one when DJ Moore fucking trucked everyone, carried. He stretched the time, stayed back, did a great job, and DJ Moore does what he does. In that, to answer Patrick Mache as a coach, I would have ensured that Justin Fields would have gotten the ball in his hands on the edge.
Yeah.
It would be completely based off run action, get him out there with the security of a chip on that backside. So it's not naked boots. I just want him going forward downfield with a pass to run option. Level concepts would have got him out of there. Maybe the first down, I'm under center and I'm running a toss with a motion with 2 tight ends, get someone out there, but I want it on the edge. You can't go against that box. There has to be a check to get out of there. They're selling out to stop you inside, and you went right into it.
So, Kerry, real quick on this, not the last 3. You're close. 3 out of his last 4. The Minnesota game, he was awful. The game that he got hurt in. That was the last game that he played in previous to this. His play and his decision not to get rid of the football is what got him hurt. That's what made him miss the last 4 weeks. So is he trending? Absolutely. He's trending in the Commanders game, the Denver game, Minnesota game, and not so much, obviously. Had the long layoff, came back with a solid game in Detroit. Phil, if I told you before today that this was the game that Justin Fields was going to have, you would have signed up for it all day long and probably been a little bit surprised by it under the circumstances. On the road in Detroit, coming off an injury to your throwing hand. But yeah, definitely trending in the right direction. It's got to continue. It's got to. Can't go up and lay an egg in Minnesota next week. Can't do it.
4 -1 is sucking.
I was right though, right? Pretty good at math, Sean. Love you, bro.
Since 1932.
Yeah.
I think we got to. Is there a screenshot of that tweet? Can you put it up so we can end the show with that? As we wrap up here.
Got a couple more of these to rip through.
Yeah, we'll get them.
Yeah, our guy Kindy. Maybe it's time to give no. I didn't have anything to do with Fields' arm, Kindy, with Justin at. Didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, Justin was out there throwing the ball today. I mean, again, I thought he had one throw he would love to have back, and that's the one to DJ Moore, which was another NFL open touchdown. He then comes back later in the game, to his credit, hits it in almost the same fashion. So I see the NFL. I actually thought he threw the ball very well today, except for that throw. I thought the last one was disappointing on all levels.
Yeah.
The throw of him falling is not cool.
Kirby chose Jake Fromm over Justin Fields.
Yes, there you go. Krutz called Fields out on third down play. I'm not throwing the ball to a rookie on 3rd and 9 at that time, but he did praise him. I'm with Shane. I think the coach told you they were trying to get the crosser. If that wasn't open, they took it away. Then the safety came down. That's where you go with the football. It's not about, I'm not going to this
They're
guy.
not going in. They're not going into the play saying we're drawn up to go to Tyler Scott here. How many times have we sat here and said, just rip it to the open guy? He did it. It's on Tyler Scott. That ain't on Justin Fields. That's the way that I feel. My guy, $1.99, maggots of the Midway. Yeah, they don't deserve to be called anything better than that. A lot of losing going on. Declan Pettit, I agree with Mr. Larison. The flaws are from ownership down. As long as the ownership cares more about not hurting people's feelings than winning, this team won't do a thing. Can't disagree with you. Thank you, Declan.
Thank you, Declan. Listen, it's been a historic day on so many levels for me personally, as well as all of us Bears fans, capping off the night in a new epic way of losing. And it's just unfortunate to see the Chicago Bears do what they did on the stage that they did it. It's just unfortunate that you can't get the consistent coaching efforts situationally, making and executing those plays to be the best they possibly can be. And I think, unfortunately, on today, in all of this, you can never put it on number one. You just can't. Today is a definite showcase of coaching malpractice. And it's sad. Listen, there's so many. The 4th and inches, there's no fucking way I'm kicking the field goal because situationally, it brought you to 9. You want to win in the NFC North?
Oh, yeah. You have 3. You have 3 wins. Also.
Exactly. You have 3 wins on the road. You go for it. And anybody who questions you after it, you say, we have fucking 3 wins. I'm freaking going out there to win. I challenged those guys and they didn't do it. And that'll be on me. But I felt like we needed that belief in them and they just didn't execute it if they didn't get it. But going up 9 and 12, that's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. It's just not.
Real quick, our guy, the mustache of TTNL, BHL, if the information I got is correct, Ryan Poles and Detroit's OC Ben Johnson were at Boston College in 2008. It's actually Ryan Poles was a GA, graduate assistant in 2008 at BC. He left in 2009 for Kansas City Chiefs. and Ben Johnson was the GA that was hired and took over in 2009 in BC.
In his place.
Yeah, so they weren't actually doing the
Can
same
I
thing.
get a big arm Nate? Yeah, get a big arm Nate.
Saw Big Arm Tate couple passes today.
Big arm Tate. Fucking 99, what was it? 80-yard run called back. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a graduate assistant, George. It's essentially a dude that's, hey, Ryan,
Starting his
go
coaching.
give me some coffee. Now go cut this tape.
Exactly.
Now go do this. Go pick up my suit from the dry cleaners. You know, stuff like that.
It's the beginning of your coaching or scouting or whatever you want to be involved in opportunity. Somebody saw something in you that thinks that you're going to be able to do something in football. That's where GA gets their shot.
Yeah.
Coaches put players in positions to win, right? Wins is not QB stat, but it sure is a coaching one. Kareem, money, bro.
Yeah, I always laugh when people want to put up
Kareem. That's perfect.
Justin Fields' record as a it's not just Justin Fields, it's any quarterback. And when you're playing the ultimate team sport, I mean, when was the last time you saw PFF or ESPN or NFL.com say, you know, this off the ball linebacker's record over the past 4 years is, 14-32. It's come on, stop.
Listen, they had 3 picks, a fumble. They go out there and Jared Goff wins the football game. Right? So Jared Goff, that football team battled back, made plays in critical moments, and their coaches outcoached a coach who has always continuously done one thing consistently, been outcoached by his opponent. As Shane has put it, he has beaten no quality starting quarterback in the NFL yet.
No, if they would have won today, and right, wrong, or indifferent, however, I don't care how you feel about Jared Goff, like heading into today, over the last 17 games at home, Jared Goff had thrown 43 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He threw 3 picks today. Should have been potentially 5. But Jared Goff would have been the best quarterback that Matt Eberflus team has beaten. Again, we can give they've won 6, right? He's beaten 6, and it's Trey Lance, it's
Sam Howell.
Yeah, Sam Howell. I'm trying to think of Davis Mills,
Brian Hoyer,
the kid from Carolina, Bryce Young,
the rookie.
And then who's the
on
other
a
one?
Shitty team.
Oh, and then a combination of Mac Jones and Bailey
Zappy. There you go. Those are his winnings. Not one in division win yet.
Yeah.
The silver lining, no Baelish Jones today. The only thing this coaching staff has done right.
Yeah. This is a great point too, Richard. If they would have done what they were supposed to do, Matt Eberflus outcoached Campbell today. If they would have done what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
Didn't happen.
It could have easily. Situational football failures, a Matt Nagy exclusive, has become an Eberflus definition. Eberflus and his offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, have yet to get it. And if you were listening in that presser, I know we were talking a bit, but it seemed like the question was about third down the second down prior to the throw to Tyler Scott.
They knew
it was a read option, right? And the defensive end, they played a 5-man front, which they like to do to stop Justin from getting the edge. Then how do you counter that? Well, you don't run read option to it. What you do is put no read. It becomes QB option, like I said, and you put a big tight end, which you got, right? His best thing is blocking, and that's Mercedes Lewis. You put him to the wide side of the field. Then you bring Cole Kmet across formation, and you put him at the wing. Now their box becomes slanted because you have the heavy to the right side or the wide side. Now, if you want to run counter back to the short side, you might get down blocks in a crease. But my goal would be to fake the run to the short side and power Justin Fields off that side while dragging DJ Moore across and mirroring. Now you have that run pass. You also get the back in the flat or flare as he's blocking, and you're getting on the edge with this guy.
I'm putting Gerald's comment up here mostly just because I love the way that he spelled Valus.
I put it up there.
I know. I just wanted to put it back. I'm putting it back up again just because I love the way that he spelled it. Yeah.
Vale. Oh, my voice. If the Bears weren't a mom and pop shop BS or operation, Eberflus would be fired tomorrow. If 3 wins and the coaching blew this game and the Denver game. Yes, they did, Dan. Even Mark Davis knew he had to fire McDaniels. And thank you, Dan Kelly, $10. Let me just double down on this. Mark Davis is paying money to 3 coaches, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But say this to him. You could say whatever it is you want, but you got to understand that he's in search of a culture of winning. He got influenced by the Bill Belichick tree and McDaniels. He'll never be a head coach in the league again. And he moved on from it because it became a toxic losing culture. If this guy keeps chopping away and you're spewing out that BS, I could tell by Justin Fields' energy, he's not down for this bullshit. Matt Eberflus. It's gone. I see more accountability come from you today after the Super Bowl than I've ever seen from the Bears coaching staff in I don't know how long. Never thought coaching could be worse than Nagy. Listen, I agree, and I appreciate all of you fans for supporting me on this journey this football season with the Venom and this team. I'm super proud of them. They got all the way to the Super Bowl when no one believed in us, and unfortunately, the journey ended today and not in the way we had hoped, but they got there. And that loss, as I said, is on me. I got to be better the next time. We will be better, and we will be back. But I appreciate, John, for you saying that. Coaching is something I love so much. I love this game of football. It rips me up inside to see the greatest level of football be so inundated with people that just don't get situations. And there's so much nepotism and negligence in it. And the Chicago Bears, unfortunately, have gone the good old boy network a lot of times and have come out on the other end of these losing, miserable seasons by breaking losing records. It's a clown show. So, and anybody hating, I will say, it's a shame that we live in a world of people that get off on being complete, utter assholes. Complete, utter assholes. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Does it make me a homer to critique bad football? No.
That's what we're doing.
You're not a homer, Kyle. You're just honest. Well, anyway, I think we've said it all today. Shane, I'm exhausted.
Yep. Is there a poll show tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah, there'll be a poll show.
So you're going to have to send me that thumbnail before you remove yourself from that room and go upstairs and
I go downstairs.
Eat the wonderfully prepared dinner that Claudio, the barber, painstakingly prepared for you, I'm sure.
So I don't know if Claudio chipped in for Steph's wings that she bought, but we will break his balls if he didn't on Wednesday.
Wings?
Very good, guys. Have a beautiful day.
All right, let's get out of here. The Bears drop another one in Detroit. Get smacked in the face at the end of the game. We'll see. We are gearing up for another big week here on TTNL. Tomorrow night, 8:30, the Super 16 poll show with your guy over there, DDP, and Chris Zorich. Tuesday night, it's another Bears show with Ivan Vargas and Christopher Jackal. Wednesday night, it's Keeping It 100 with these two guys and everybody else, and Cherie and whoever else shows up. And
Claudio show up.
And then there is no show on Thursday night because it is Thanksgiving. So
Thanksgiving.
We're going to take a night off and enjoy some family time and maybe some good food. And maybe we'll even take a nap from all the turkey that we eat, Phil. Sounds kind of nice. We'll see what happens. But other than that, we'll be back. We're never leaving, Phil. We're going to still be breaking all of this down. So Bears fall to 3 and whatever. Carolina loses. The Giants win. Green Bay won. That even is good for us.
The Green Bay won?
Yes, they did.
Jeepers creepers. Jesus.
So, yeah, you tell
All
them.
right.
Really. We are out of here. And
we'll see you guys. God bless you. Again, thank you guys for all your positive energy and support in a world full of negatives. Let's keep it positive when it comes to our families, our veterans, our grandparents, and the people that are struggling in this world with any kind of addictions or anything. Support these people. Let's give back. And hopefully Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears do the right thing and clean this out. I say Kevin Warren does the right thing.
Kevin Warren, exactly.
And cleans this puppy up. We'll see you guys. Have a great week.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.